All right. Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Oh, we just have to move the mic a little bit.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Make sure everything's lined up. All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. It's still not the best.
Oh, I thought it was good.
You thought that was good?
I thought it was good.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Side Tangent. It's your boy Jared.
Hi, I'm Parker. I'm burdened by knowledge, and I'm going to share it with you.
As always, this is part 2 of our Metal Gear series. Parker is explaining the entire lore of Metal Gear Solid. Well, Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid, as I now know. And so, yeah, this is the Parker Show, these next couple episodes, and I am just sitting here absorbing the knowledge as the sponge that I am. So, Parker, take it away. I guess, to summarize, we covered games Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, which was on the...
MSX2.
MSX2, which, if you don't know what that game console is, neither did I.
Yeah, never been in
Doesn't
America.
even exist anymore. Yeah, Snake went in retirement 2 times, betrayed twice, but also not betrayed at the same time.
Yeah, complicated.
Betrayed, but also guided by the same person. Anyways, very cool game. I'm
It's
excited to
very cool.
hear more about it. So now we're getting into Metal Gear Solid,
Correct.
all in preparation for the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Exactly.
Okay,
Spot on.
sweet, perfect.
I
Take it away, dude.
do apologize that everyone has to listen to me for the next couple of episodes, but I do really love Metal Gear
Everyone's
Solid.
lucky that they get to listen to you.
Metal Gear Solid just is really fun and something I'm excited talking about. Metal Gear Solid, so they added a solid bit. One, because that's Snake's code name, but also because it was solid in the fact that this is the first 3D one.
Okay.
It was released for... It's on this PlayStation 2. It's on the PlayStation as well.
Okay.
So it's on the PlayStation. This is the first Metal Gear Solid game I ever saw. I saw a friend playing it. Instantly became obsessed with it.
Sick.
It's really cool. It's 3D. It's also top down though. So you're looking at Snake from if there's a camera in the
bird's eye
game,
view
it's like a
almost.
bird's eye view. But when you can look through your first person view to see better, and oftentimes the angles will change. This is also Kojima really liked this one because now that it was 3D, he could finally implement camera angles. He could finally make it even more like a movie because, as we know, he was born to make movies. So this game allowed a level of cinema that had not been available before. Kojima almost always after every game, when a reporter asks him what did you think of this game, he's like, oh, I only got to do 1/3 of what I wanted in this game. And this again, yeah, he doesn't get to do all the craziness he wants, but this one, it being 3D, really changed everything for him. And it's also
Dope.
this is kind of a soft reboot of the series, just because since so few people played Metal Gear 1 and 2. Okay. So it's still this game still takes place after those two, but for the majority of Metal Gear fans, this is their first entry into the series.
Okay.
And we're gonna get started.
So it's not called Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear 3.
Yeah,
No,
that's kind of why they changed the name and started redoing the numbers.
Okay,
Because most people, you're now a super fan because you know about Metal Gear 1 and 2, which most people don't. So
Dope.
get on you.
Yeah, suck it, guys.
All right.
I haven't even played the game.
Made in 1998, Metal Gear Solid. Here we go. I'm going to read.
And it takes place in 2005.
It takes place in Oh yeah, I forgot I wrote it there. The future year of 2005.
Nice.
I'm now going to try to read somewhat verbatim of what you would see when you turn the game on. Okay. Konami Computer Entertainment Japan presents a Hideo Kojima game. We are in Alaska, the Bering Sea.
Nice.
We see a submarine deep underwater.
Was that a game?
That's the game.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
In 1998. Nice.
1998.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's a bit more.
All right.
And we hear
Still impressive.
Roy Campbell, Colonel Campbell, talking over the radio. And he says, a nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island was attacked and captured by
That's the Smash Bros. Map.
That's the Smash Bros.
That's
map.
the Smash Bros. Map. Okay.
Shadow Moses was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces. They're being led currently by FOXHOUND. So a bunch of soldiers for the U.S. government and FOXHOUND have gone rogue and have taken over Shadow Moses Island. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains
FOXHOUND
of...
sucks.
They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss and $1 billion. And they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. First, your mission is to rescue one of their hostages, DARPA Chief Donald Anderson, and the president of Arms Tech, a military company, Kenneth Baker.
Okay.
You're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do. High-tech Special Forces Unit FOXHOUND, who's leading the rebellion, and your former unit, because of course you're Snake. There are 6 members of said FOXHOUND involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, and his powerful psychic abilities.
Mantis, of course.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you do hate mantises, and he's a psychic mantis.
Yeah.
Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus.
Sniper Wolf a YouTuber? Isn't she?
She is a YouTuber.
Is that from this?
That is from this.
Okay, cool. Anyways,
Yeah.
Decoy Octopus.
Decoy Octopus, Master of Disguise, Vulcan Raven, Giant and Shaman, and Revolver Ocelot.
Come on.
A specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
All right. Revolver
Ocelot. And finally, in charge of them, FOXHOUND squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Is that different than Solid Snake?
Ladies and gentlemen, Metal Gear Solid, tactical espionage action.
Nice.
I'll get you Liquid in a bit.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
Is there Gas Snake?
We'll get to that too.
Oh, man. Okay, keep going. Sorry. I'm getting off.
Okay, so kind of review. It's 2005, and the U.S. is now in crisis.
Okay.
The Black Ops unit FOXHOUND has gone rogue alongside some next-generation soldiers, genome soldiers, who are basically soldiers that have gotten gene therapy, and now they're like better soldiers. They've all taken over a top-secret facility in Alaska. Their demands are simple. They want the body of Big Boss and $1 billion, or they're going to launch some nukes. FOXHOUND, as said before, they're not an ordinary group. They're led by Liquid Snake and FOXHOUND, and the genome soldiers are better than the average soldier. We don't learn this until much later, but I don't know any other point to bring it up now. The genome soldiers, they've had their genes altered to be more like Big Boss. So they're technically all kind of like...
Is Big Boss genetically different?
Well, he's just like the best soldier ever.
Fair enough.
They're like, they see, the US government saw him as like the best, so they've made him like it. We don't find that out till the end of the game, and it feels bad to bring it up here, but I don't have any other point to bring it up in, so just keep that in the back of your mind.
All right.
Solid Snake, our guy, Solid Snake. Yes, he looks awesome.
Sick.
He looks super awesome now. He's brought out of retirement again for the 3rd time.
Bro just wants to play with the sled dogs.
He really does, yeah. I think there's literally like a thing where he's like at his cabin in Alaska, and they like at gunpoint are like, you need to help with this. And he's like, I just want to hang with my dogs. But his mission is to stop FOXHOUND, rescue the hostages, and neutralize Metal Gear. So you kind of saw that in the opening scenes, but they literally put him in basically a hollowed out torpedo, and a submarine shoots him, and he has to swim after the torpedo is done, has to swim in icy Alaskan waters to infiltrate Shadow Moses Island, because the whole place is on lockdown. This time around, he has his codec again, and he's supported by several people. So first, he's supported by Colonel Campbell again. He's in charge of this operation. Roy Campbell. We love Roy Campbell. Dr. Naomi, she's the Naomi Hunter. She's the bottom right.
Okay.
She's a biologist. She helps him beforehand she injected Snake with a bunch of nanomachines, because that's just a technology in 2005, and that one helps him.
I remember that.
Yeah, that helps him to not like freeze to death, but also makes him stronger, faster, and lets them track him down. Mei Ling is the top right. She's kind of the tech expert.
Okay.
If you ever want to save, you have to call Mei Ling. And whenever you save, she also tells you kind of like a poem or a proverb. Also, Snake flirts outrageously with both Mei Ling and Naomi the whole time.
Snake, you whore.
He's a flirty guy. And then finally, again, Master Miller, who's the survival expert.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, from the previous game. So both Campbell and Master Miller are from the previous game. And I don't know. I just think Master Miller's cool. He always has his aviators, and he's just I like survival stuff. So
That is sick.
that is sick. So Snake sneaks through the air vents, and he finds the DARPA chief. DARPA's, I don't know if you know what DARPA is.
No.
DARPA is kind of like the U.S. military is like.
This is a real thing?
It's a real thing.
Okay.
DARPA is the U.S. government's like. How do I even? They make all the crazy technology. They're generally like 10 years ahead of the rest of the world in terms of technology.
Oh wow.
They're the ones that made GPS. They built drones in the 60s. They're high tech inventors for the U.S. government.
Oh.
Why is he at Shadow Moses? We don't know. Something weird's going on. So Snake finds the DARPA chief, and Snake immediately starts. I love the graphics. You can't. I don't even know how to explain the graphics.
That's just how it was back then.
Yeah, very low poly. It's just this is kind of like the forefront of 3D. Right. So and Snake interrogates him like, are the terrorists being legit? And the DARPA chief is like, yes. They Donald Anderson confirms that the terrorists do have nuclear capabilities because there's a Metal Gear on the island.
Aha.
Snake is, of course, pretty upset to hear that he's destroyed 2 of them, and now the U.S. government is making their own. But yes.
It really be your own.
It really, yes. But then, shockingly, after Snake learns all of this, the DARPA chief starts freaking out and has a heart attack and dies right in front of him.
I mean, like in the last game, like Big Boss gets like torched to death by a hairspray and flamethrower, and like just heart attack. All right.
Yeah. Naomi and Campbell and everyone's freaking out. They don't know why he had a heart attack, but so on and so forth. You know, you got to move on.
Right.
So next, Snake manages to encounter the arms tech president, the CEO of like this big military company, President Baker. But Baker's being held hostage. He's the guy on the left. He's tied up by tripwires, and they're all connected to C4.
Whoa.
So if like any of them get touched, he's dead. And the guy to the right is Revolver Ocelot.
There he is.
That's our boy, Revolver Ocelot.
Such a stupid name. I'm sorry.
I know it's a silly name, but Ocelot's also a very interesting character.
Okay.
He says the famous lines where he has his revolver. He loves revolvers. He's like spinning it all around, and he's like 6 bullets is more. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill a man. And you have a gunfight with him, like an old-timey Western, where you're shooting between these tripwires. And you had to do it quickly because Baker has been tortured by Ocelot, so he's kind of slowly dying. So you need to defeat Ocelot before he dies. But kind of halfway through your fight, randomly, Revolver Ocelot's arm gets cut off by an invisible cyborg ninja.
What?
the cyborg ninja, cuts off Ocelot's arm, frees Baker, and then freaks out and disappears. And Ocelot has to escape with a missing arm.
I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm not like just had some whiplash, dude. That was crazy.
So Snake finds Baker and starts asking him questions, but Baker also dies of a heart attack. Before he dies, he manages to...
The real villain of this is just
his cholesterol. So before he dies, Baker manages to confirm that, yes, there's Metal Gear. It's called Metal Gear Rex. It's a walking nuclear tank that can shoot nukes from anywhere. And FOXHOUND is currently working on activating it. They haven't activated it yet. And Baker suggests that Snake go to Hal Emmerich, who's the lead engineer for Rex.
Okay.
While all this is going on, Snake meets Meryl, who's Campbell's niece, and she's a rookie soldier. She's like one of the few soldiers on the island that's not taking part in the rebellion. So they kind of help each other escape, and they're working together both to rescue Hal. And she's a rookie. She's seen as kind of, like not experienced with war, but she's also like a new perspective to Snake, where she's like idealistic and just a good contrast to Snake's kind of like hardened and like bitter worldview. So the two of them kind of get a good relationship going, kind of I don't know.
Oh,
There's some chemistry.
Playboy Snake over here.
There's some chemistry between the two of them.
She portrays him like the other two guys. I swear. Parker.
So, I'm so excited for the next slide. Okay, so Snake, with the help of Meryl, is on his way to the lab where Hal is, but on the hallway right in front of it is covered in bodies. There's bodies and bloods everywhere. There's bodies and blood. There's blood everywhere.
Okay.
And you literally see someone levitating in the air, get stabbed, and then fall down.
Invisible ninja. So Snake goes into the laboratory,
And it's the invisible... It's a ninja. It's a cyborg ninja. So, this ninja...
Okay.
Is Gray Fox.
I knew it. Gosh, dang it. The minute you were so excited. Aha!
So, Snake's former friend, he did die.
Right.
But the U.S. government basically put his body in this suit.
Put him on ice.
And, yeah, and, like, is pumping him full of drugs, and he's basically going crazy and somewhat reanimated. When Snake walks in, he's literally, like, threatening Hal, and Hal says, "This is just like the Japanese anime I like," and pees his pants. And so that happens. So Gray Fox is like, "You're Snake, you're the only one that can, like, put me down effectively." So these two guys have a crazy fight. You fight him, and at one point, Gray Fox throws down his sword and is like, "Yeah, let's just do hand to hand. That's a proper way to fight."
Okay.
So you beat the crap out of Gray Fox again. He freaks out and disappears. And now Snake gets to talk to Hal. Hal also goes by Otacon. That's the name we're going to be calling him for the rest of the time.
Okay.
Do you know what Otacon is short for?
Not even the slightest clue.
Well, you should know because he's really passionate about it. It's short for Otaku Convention. This is an American inventor who was obsessed with anime and Otacon. So we're going to call him Otacon from here on out. Apparently, like...
Is it pronounced that or is it like Otakon?
Well, I've heard some people say Otakon, but like they say Otacon in the... Because this one has like audio and dialogue and stuff. So I assume it's Otacon.
Otaku Convention.
Nice, the whole reason he went into like giant robot development is because he loves anime and stuff, which is also funny.
All right.
I've also heard sometimes that oftentimes Otacon is kind of seen as like the self-insert of Hideo Kojima, but I don't know how true that is. But he's just like a nerdy guy who's a civilian caught in the middle. He never wanted to make terrible nuclear weapons. He just wanted to build robots. So he's kind of like the guy in the chair, the hacker guy for Snake. And also Otacon is like, will eventually become like Snake's like BFF. Like he's just a solid dude. He's very...
Gray Fox.
I mean, more so like just the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
He's also though super nerdy. He says such weird things.
I love that.
But so now they're kind of formulating a plan of how they're formulating a plan of how to shut down Metal Gear. So Snake keeps going on. He's reunited with Meryl.
Oh.
And they're sneaking around together, and Meryl starts acting weird. And eventually Meryl pulls a gun on him. It's not her, though. She's not acting like herself.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
She's being possessed by Psycho Mantis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot about the rest.
So Psycho Mantis...
Ugh.
Yeah, he looks kind of weird. He has a gas mask and like all this. The fight with Psycho Mantis is super cool, especially for the time. So, first off, he does weird, psychic things like he will possess Meryl at times. You have to knock her out. Just beat the crap out of her so she won't shoot you because you can't kill her. He'll throw like chairs and other objects in the room around you. But when you first start fighting him, he's like, "You doubt my power, don't you?" And then he'll read the memory card on your PlayStation and be like, "You like Castlevania," or "You like..."
That's so trippy.
It's super cool. So he'll know what games you play a lot of and be like, "These are the kind of games you like, don't you?" And while you're fighting him, other weird things happen where like he makes it seem like you've changed channels or like turned the TV off. So like all sorts of weird, crazy stuff is happening.
Dude, that's actually
it's really...
It's so aware of itself.
It's super aware.
That's actually kind of trippy.
Another cool thing is at one point he's like, "I can move objects with my mind. Put your controller on the ground." So you put the controller on the ground, and then he starts making it vibrate. Which like, PlayStation like had just barely gotten controllers that could vibrate. Like that was not a known technology. So if when you were a kid and he suddenly started making the controller freak out, crazy.
That's trippy.
It's super trippy.
Way cool. Okay.
But
I love that.
Yeah, it's an awesome fight. You eventually defeat Psycho Mantis, and as Psycho Mantis is kind of passing away, he like explains a bit of his backstory. He just was crazy psychic too early. He could just hear everyone's thoughts and how everyone was obsessed with passing on genes, so he just hated people and wanted to kill everyone. He does tell Snake that Snake has a big spot in Meryl's heart, and as he's dying, he opens the door for them and he's like, "That's the first time in my life I've done something for someone else. It kind of feels nice." And then he dies. So
really changed his ways.
It's a super cool fight though. Snake and Meryl move on, and Meryl gets shot.
Dude, oh my gosh.
She's shot in like the leg and stomach and arm and stuff, I think. And she's purposely shot there to be used as bait. It's kind of like, it's a smart thing to do because like Snake can't do anything, but it's really funny because she gets shot and Snake immediately ducks for cover and does not get her again, which is the right thing to do, but it looks really bad. And it's because Meryl was just shot by Sniper Wolf, and she's like, she can stay there for hours. So you had to run back, get a sniper, and run back to where Meryl is and have a sniper battle with Wolf. And it's super crazy, but eventually Wolf gets the upper hand and you get surrounded by troops and you get captured and knocked out. So both you and Meryl have now been imprisoned.
Okay.
And you get thrown back into the hands of Revolver Ocelot, but this time you meet Liquid Snake for the first time. And so you just see Liquid for a few seconds. He's like, "Hello, brother." He calls you brother.
What?
And he's like, "We're both the last sons of Big Boss." And then he starts going on about how like he's gonna like change the world and stuff, and just leaves. And you are now left to be tortured by Ocelot. Ocelot loves to torture. He really likes to torture. Anyways, you get this interesting minigame where
kinky, but okay.
I mean a little. And you're being physically shocked, and you have to mash the buttons. And this happens like several times. Ocelot will torture you, throw you back into a prison cell, and a while later will bring you out again and torture you. And you have to keep mashing a button. But at any point, you can give up. But Ocelot says, if you give up, like, I won't kill you, but I will kill Meryl. And he's not joking. Like, Meryl can die at this point.
Okay.
So you had to resist torture the entire time.
Okay.
But if you don't, you will die. So it's this interesting game mechanic about like, I mean, it's like, how far are you willing to go? It's more like, how willing are you to cramp your finger to? But it's interesting.
Test the limits of human ability.
Yes. So you're stuck in this prison between torture sessions. There's a few ways you can escape. You can call Otacon. And he has like an invisible sneaking suit because he can't do anything else. And he sneaks in and gives you a bottle of ketchup because he thought you might want some food, and a handkerchief that Sniper Wolf gave him. And he's obsessed with Sniper Wolf now because she was nice to him. He also asked Snake, "Can you not kill Sniper Wolf?" He's like, "No, he just shot Meryl. What? She just shot Meryl. What are you talking about?" And that's all he can do, and he leaves. So you either go underneath a bed so that the guard can't see you and he freaks out and you beat up the guard. You squirt ketchup on the ground and pretend that you got shot and just lie there, and the guard freaks out. Or if you can't do anything, after a few torture sessions, Grey Fox immediately just like shows up and kills everyone and breaks the wall. So you're getting
almost like a choose your own adventure, and it gets you out no matter what.
Kind of Metal Gear
like
games,
all paths will lead you to the end of the game.
Exactly. Metal Gear games are super immersive, so like
that's dope. That's
so
sick.
There's usually like several different ways you can solve a situation. So that's kind of just like one example of like there's 3 different ways to escape prison.
Way cool.
It's super cool. After that, though, you get into another fight with Sniper Wolf. Otacon again asks you not to kill her. Snake promptly ignores that and kills her. It's super. It's kind of
the waifu.
It's kind of like Otacon. Like So Sniper Wolf has this thing that when she has a target who you're her target, she like grows obsessed with and like falls in love with. So she's like very much in love with Snake at this moment to kill him, which is kind of weird. So it's kind of funny that Otacon is in love with her, but she's not showing him any attention. But you kill her. Otacon.
Poor Otacon.
Well, so she has a lung shot. She's kind of like lying there, and she reveals that, similar to a lot of people we've met so far, she was a war orphan, grew up in a battlefield where her parents were dead, and she was rescued by Big Boss back in the day.
This dude.
And he kind of like helped her, and she hated how loud and crazy the battlefield was because she grew up with it. So that's why she became a sniper. 'Cause she could finally kind of like be, instead of being inside a battlefield, she could be outside of a battlefield. And she's slowly dying. Otacon gives her sniper so she can kind of hold on to it, and she asks Snake to put her down. So he literally like puts her down like a dog.
Oh my gosh. It got significantly darker since the first two.
Oh yeah, it will keep escalating. Let me tell you. So yeah, Sniper Wolf and Psycho Mantis are both down for the count. I think we should bring up though, while Snake was in prison, there's like, first off, he's already distrustful of Campbell, because Campbell was like clearly not letting some secrets go. Like both Campbell and Naomi seem to know something's going on when these 2 heart attacks have happened, but they're not saying stuff. And Campbell kind of like points out, he's like, a reason why Campbell tells Snake to work with Meryl is because like, you can trust her better than I can. And Campbell kind of makes reference to the fact that the Secretary of Defense is in charge. So he's kind of implying like, Snake, I would like to help you, but there are literal higher powers in government that are preventing me from being honest with you. But Naomi is acting super sketchy. While they're talking,
Naomi's the biologist.
Is a biologist. Okay. She's the one that like gave him the nano machines and stuff.
Okay.
And they kind of start talking like, you know, why did you become a biologist? And she's like, I don't know who my family is. I just wanted to learn about genetics. Okay. But her backstory does not make sense. There's a lot of inconsistencies, and Snake actually calls her out, but Master Miller especially is like, that doesn't make any sense. And at some points Master Miller has like side calls, and he's like, dude, I don't like, maybe be careful around Naomi, like something sketchy's going on. So Snake's starting to distrust his team a bit. Next, Snake fights Vulcan Raven.
Okay.
He's called Vulcan.
That's a cool name.
He's called Vulcan Raven because he has a giant Vulcan machine gun. It's like the giant ones they put on planes that go burr.
Oh, nice, yeah.
He's just a giant guy, but he's super like spiritual, and he's, you know, all about like, you know, death is natural because it's just us returning to nature. He's kind of a very cool character. I like his design, and I like how he looks. You have this crazy fight with him, and as he's dying, he talks about how like all things were created by nature. You, Snake, were not created by nature. And it's kind of like this haunting like last message that like is really disturbing to Snake. And also while he's dying, he reveals that the DARPA chief at the very beginning was not the DARPA chief. The DARPA chief had been killed 3 days earlier. That was Decoy Octopus.
Oh.
So something's fishy going on. Something is weird going
on.
But
that was Decoy Octopus, but Decoy Octopus did die of a heart attack?
But Decoy Octopus did die of a heart attack.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Something weird's going on.
Is that the little biowarfare we have in our hands here, folks?
After this, Master Miller has another call with Snake, and this time Campbell's part of the call, and he reveals that he found out that Naomi has a false identity. Naomi Hunter, like, disappeared in the Middle East, like, a few years ago. So, again, this really disturbs Campbell. Campbell's, again, clearly holding stuff away from Snake, and Snake's getting pretty upset at him, but Campbell has Naomi arrested. And then they also find out that she's been contacting someone on Shadow Moses Island. So, like, ooh. Master Miller's like, dude, she's working with a terrorist. This is super messed up. Time goes on, and Snake and Otacon find Metal Gear X, but it has not been activated yet. Nice. So this part is probably not important, but I just think the concept's really cool, so I'm going to talk a bit about why Metal Gear Rex is special. So, at this time, when this game was made, like the late 90s, the U.S. and Russia, and I think China were signing basically START treaties to decrease the amount of nukes in the world.
Okay.
But the treaties were only, and they were working. There was less nukes in the world, but the treaties really only count for like missiles with a nuclear warhead on the top. Metal Gear X has a railgun. I don't know if you know what a railgun is. It's basically just a long row of magnets.
Right.
So the idea being is that like the reason that Foxhound could use this nuke anywhere is that it's a giant magnet gun. Uh-huh. So they literally could just get like a barrel of toxic waste or any nuclear warhead and shoot it. And first off, it doesn't like the reason the US government was making it, it's technically not a nuke because it doesn't have a rocket. So they're literally having everyone in the world sign this treaty of having less nuclear missiles and being like, guess what? We don't need nuclear missiles. We have Metal Gear X. Super sketchy.
Yeah.
And then also, since it's not going to have like propulsion,
right?
It's basically a stealth nuke because you won't see it on radar because there's not a giant rocket it's attached to. So like anyone could get nuked at any moment in time.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the railgun part makes more sense. Putting it on a giant robot makes less sense.
Right.
It's still it's an interesting concept that they came up with. But it still hasn't activated yet. So Otacon basically like says like the DARPA chief mentioned that there was like these cards that we could use to deactivate it. So they do that, but surprise, surprise, it actually activates it. So they were tricked, and that's the whole reason why Decoy Octopus kind of planted the idea in their head at the very beginning.
Oh.
And then Snake gets the call. Oh man, I messed up the pacing. Okay, it hasn't been activated yet, but at one point, Naomi, while she's kind of being arrested, secretly calls Snake. And Naomi reveals a few things. First off, that what she injected him with was fox dye, a biological virus that can specifically target people with specific DNA. So like a perfect assassination tool.
Right.
And the Pentagon and Campbell and Naomi knowingly injected Snake with this. The idea being is that they just need Snake to encounter all of the Foxhound members. It will kill them. It will kill everyone on the island. And then the U.S. government can just walk in, take Metal Gear Rex. No, nothing's damaged. But then Naomi reveals some other things. Her older brother is Gray Fox.
Oh.
And she has been obsessed with revenge for the last 2 years because Snake killed Gray Fox. And this whole time, like, you kind of get an idea in the calls that, like, Naomi doesn't really like Snake. But they've gotten to know each other a bit better, and she's gotten to understand more the complex relationship between Gray Fox and Snake. But she also... Snake is like, so you injected me with fox dye, like, is that going to kill me too? And the reason she was arrested is because it turns out that she, at the last second, altered the DNA, the virus that's put in him. She doesn't answer. But, so all we know is that he literally has a virus in him that's killing everyone. And it's probably going to kill him, but she changed something somehow.
Ooh.
For revenge for him killing Gray Fox.
Does she know that Gray Fox was the ninja?
Yes, she now knows that. She's upset because like it's technically kind of like almost like a dead body with electricity being shot in its brain to keep it moving. So like she doesn't really see that as him being alive.
Okay.
But now that she's gotten to know him better, she's like, I hate you, but I also don't hate you because I'm realizing it's a more complex relationship than I thought. So
it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Okay.
But then, okay, back to Metal Gear has just gotten activated.
Right.
And we get a call from Master Miller. And it's revealed that this whole time, Master Miller was Liquid Snake.
Dude, what the freak
Master
is this,
Miller
dude?
was killed in his cabin 3 months earlier. And Liquid Snake.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't Master Miller the whole time. It was
like Master Miller was killed, and Liquid has been pretending to be Master Miller this whole time. And there's actually hints at this because when you ask him for like survival advice, because he gives decent ones in the previous game, and this one he gives terrible advice. He's like, it's important to like get wet when you're in a cold environment, or like he's giving terrible survival advice. But yeah, it's because it was Liquid who was basically tricking Snake into activating Metal Gear X. And Liquid also is like saying now that their demands from the from the government are that they want the $1 million, Big Boss's body, and a vaccine to Fox die, and that he's going to send a nuke towards China soon, and basically reveal to the whole world that the U.S. government was working on this shady railgun, and then sell Rex the highest bidder, and he's going to turn Shadow Moses into like a new outer heaven. So, my dear brother. So, he we'll get more into Liquid, but he has this crazy plan, and so Liquid revealed. Okay, the last like 40 minutes of this game is literally just Liquid like lore dumping.
Really?
So let's get ready. I've been practicing these pronunciations all day, and I'll probably still get it wrong.
Okay.
So Liquid reveals that Liquid and Solid Snake are clones of Big Boss.
He's not made of nature.
He's not made of nature. What Raven said. And they were created in a project in the 70s known as Les Enfants Terribles.
Okay.
The Terrible Children. Because the idea was that Big Boss was the perfect soldier, so they wanted to make clones of him as an insurance policy, because they didn't think Big Boss would always work for the U.S. government. So they created 8 embryos. They aborted 6 of them to make the last 2 stronger. And then it was Liquid and Solid, and they made all of the superior genes go to one of the kids, and all the inferior recessive genes go to the other. Little pause. That's not how genetics work at all.
I know.
Not at all.
I know Punnett squares.
Yeah,
I get it.
But this is why Liquid Snake, one, hates his father and the U.S. government, and especially hates Solid Snake. So he's like, I was the one that was given all the inferior genes. I'm literally like, my gene's destiny is to be inferior to you, but I'm going to surpass you and my father. So he's obsessed with he sees himself as cursed, and he hates Snake for this. And that's kind of why he wants to recreate Outer Heaven, wants to like become like the new top dog.
Gotcha.
He activates Metal Gear Rex. Doesn't that thing look awesome?
Yeah, that's sick.
It looks much the Metal Gears. I think this one is the coolest looking one, or is at least up there. So yeah, it's a fully operational Metal Gear Rex. Snake has to dodge its machine guns and missiles and all this stuff. But thankfully help arrives, and it's Gray Fox. Our boy Gray Fox.
Oh man, he just doesn't die.
I know, he never dies. He's always like showing up.
Whoa.
Yeah. So he manages to land a hit on the radar antenna so that Liquid needs to open the cockpit, and Gray Fox sacrifices himself to like give Snake a chance to.
Is he actually dead though?
He gets splattered. He's been liquefied, but it's kind of
Liquid Fox. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Gray Fox and Snake have a chance to talk while this fight is going on, and Gray Fox is basically like, one, I don't blame you for killing me, but also please tell Naomi that she should live her life without me. She should move on. And it's a cool talk. He sacrifices himself for his buddy, and Snake is able to destroy Metal Gear Rex after a big fight.
Nice.
So after Metal Gear Rex blows up, Liquid drags him to the top of the destroyed Metal Gear, and he wants to have a final fight with Snake.
Okay.
So you can see Meryl is on the top. I
forgot about Meryl. Okay.
Yeah. She's an important character. I just kind of I'm trying to streamline this.
Gotcha.
So it's not that she just keeps getting captured and stuff. She's actually a cool character.
Okay.
I just, for the sake of this.
Right.
So Liquid attaches a bomb to her that's set for 3 minutes. And basically forcing Snake, like, you gotta kill me in the next 3 minutes to disarm the bomb. They have a crazy fist fight, and Snake is all like, Liquid is all obsessed with, destiny and legacy. For Solid Snake, he's obsessed with making his own decisions. They just have this huge ideological and actual physical fist fight.
Nice.
After all of that, Snake knocks Liquid off. Snake and Meryl escape Shadow Moses, but then Liquid shows up again. And they're both pinned down. He's about to kill him, but then Liquid dies from the fox die.
Oh my gosh.
But then that's panicky because he has the same DNA as Snake. So does that mean he's gonna die? But it's kind of like
he
a
has
poetic.
the superior genes.
So Naomi, kind of after all this, the game's over, and Naomi reveals that she basically, her revenge on Snake is that she set his fox die to random. So he could die from a heart attack in a day.
Whoa.
In a couple months, in a couple years. And that's her revenge to him for killing Grey Fox. Unfortunately, now she knows him better. But she basically says, like, if you think about it, you have the same odds as everyone. So she's basically saying, like, you should live your life. Live beyond your genetic destiny. Because genes... Liquid was obsessed because he felt like he was a slave to his genes. But genes only really determine our opportunity. Our potential. But, like,
Dang.
we ourselves are... Like, we as humans still can choose who we are. And so she's like, live your life. Ignore the fact that you're a clone of Big Boss.
Dude, I got chills.
Yeah, it's really good.
That was deep.
So, Snake escapes with Meryl on a snowmobile. Roy Campbell basically, like, they were going to bomb the island with Snake on it, and Roy Campbell basically sacrifices his career and tells the president, and so they get control again, and Roy Campbell basically is able to, like, fake their deaths and being like, Snake, you can have, like, a good happy life now. I'm sorry that I was being distrustful to you. It's because Meryl, who is his niece,
right?
It's actually his daughter, but that's not important.
Wow.
Yeah. She was basically, like, being held hot. Like, the U.S. government was saying, like, if you don't lie to Snake, she's going to be in trouble. So he was forced to lie to Snake.
Oh, gotcha. So
Roy isn't a bad. But now that now that Meryl's safe, he's like, I don't care about my career. So he told the president, got this all, like, shut down. He's like, I faked your deaths. Live out your lives. So you either drive in the snowmobile with Meryl or with Otacon. Laughing intensifies.
Oh.
They're just showing that they're just the two best bros ever. But the mission is over, and Snake, again, is questioning everything. But when you're with Meryl, he basically says, like, my whole life I've only lived for myself. I've only lived for survival. I've kind of been, like, pure, just fighting and stuff. And now I wanted to try to live for someone else. So, which is Meryl in the canon ending. So the two of them start a relationship, and he's like, I no longer want to be a tool of the government. Credits roll. At the end of it all, in a hidden epilogue, Ocelot calls an unknown number, Revolver Ocelot. The conversation reveals at first, Liquid was the one with the superior genes.
Oh.
Snake is the one with the recessive genes. The other thing is that the data for Metal Gear Rex has been smuggled away, and Ocelot has it. Third, that Fox die will activate soon, and then Ocelot says, "Yes, no one knows that you're the third one, Solidus." And then
Solidus.
Solidus. It's a chemistry term for something that's, like, perfectly balanced between liquid and solid. It's like gas. It's like
okay.
But it sounds cooler than gas. It's Solidus.
Gotcha.
And then Ocelot ends the call by saying, "Goodbye, Mr. President."
Whoa!
And that is Metal Gear Solid.
That's the first game of Metal Gear Solid.
That's technically the first game,
dude. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like blown away because it was lore because I talked about freaking Beyblade, dude.
Yeah.
And so the story that I was saying isn't that fleshed out. It really isn't. And so I'm over here. I was explaining, like, oh, it's a video game because I don't know a lot about video games.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude,
it's crazy. Yeah,
I'm blown away, dude. That was well done. Well done.
Thank you. And well done to Kojima for making a crazy game.
Thank you, Kojima.
Thank you, Kojima.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So Ocelot is so he betrayed the U.S., but then he was actually on the president's side. So he's a double agent at this point, or a triple agent. I don't know. Whatever. We'll say he's a double agent.
Yeah, well, he's something. He's something, all right. He's an Ocelot.
So that is the first Metal Gear game. Thank you all, and thank you, Jared, for joining me for this.
Yes. Okay, so So we have this is the first Metal Gear Solid game.
Yes. And
There's 2 and 3. The third
Yes.
one is what they're remaking, and there's how many
Correct.
after the third one?
Well, so technically, the numbered ones go up to 5.
Okay.
But there's also, I mean, I feel like we'd only talk about, there's 2 non-numbered ones that I think we would talk about.
Okay.
But, so, conceivably, there's like 6 more if we did everything.
Gotcha.
But right now we're focusing on only going up to 3, so we have 2 more.
All right.
But there's a lot of games.
Sounds good, dude. I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
Parker,
you,
thank you
guys.
for putting this wonderful presentation together.
Thank you for
excited
listening.
for part 3. Stay tuned. Any last words?
I said this for the last one, but for any Metal Gear fans out there, or anyone who has a question about what I was explaining, please feel free to comment. I would love corrections. I know I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things, and just thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, love you guys. Catch you next time.